We're on the last key skill now, key skill 5 for surds. We're going to look at how to divide surds, or how you should proceed when you have a fraction containing surds. So in this example, we have 9 divided by square root of 3. And the question asks us to rationalize the denominator. So what that means is you should not have any square roots whatsoever on the bottom line of a fraction, or the denominator. That's what the bottom of the fraction is called. So what we do is we take our fraction, 9 divided by square root of 3, and we times it by square root of 3 divided by square root of 3. So square root of 3 is the bottom of our fraction. That's where we got that from. And we times it by square root of 3 over square root of 3. Now that's the same as 1. So essentially we're timesing our fraction by 1, which won't change it. 7 times 1 is still 7, 3 times 1 is still 3, but it will write it in the format that they're looking for. So remembering our rules for fractions, we should multiply the tops together. So that's 9 times square root of 3 is 9 root 3, and we should multiply the bottoms together. Square root 3 times square root 3 is square root 9. Now, if you remember correctly, square root 9 is one of our square numbers. So the square root of 9 is 3. So 9 root 3 divided by 3. Now, we've successfully removed any square roots from the bottom of our fraction. But we can go one step further and we can simplify this. So just like before when we multiplied, numbers can be divided by numbers. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So our final answer is 3 square root 3. Let's look at another example. We're going to get slightly more complicated now, because now the denominator contains both a number and a square root. So we've been asked again to rationalize the denominator, which means remove the square root from the bottom. What we do in this situation is we multiply again, but by something that's called the conjugate. The conjugate is the same as the bottom of the fraction, okay, but the only difference is, instead of having a plus in the middle, like this, we change the sign to a minus. So I'm going to rub this out and I'm going to put in a minus. So again, we follow our rules for fractions. We multiply the tops together. So that would be 3 times by 2 minus square root of 5. That's what we need to do on the top. And on the bottom, we need to do 2 plus square root of 5 times 2 minus square root of 5. If you want to, you can multiply that out separately if it's more comfortable for you. You know, you can take a space on the side. So let's begin. 3 times 2 is 6. Then we have 3 times minus square root of 5 minus 3 square root of 5. So that's the top, okay? On the next line, we can worry about the denominator. So now we've done the top, let's think about what the bottom would be. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times minus square root of 5 is minus 2 square root of 5. 2 or plus square root of 5 times 2 is plus 2 square root of 5. And the last one is going to be plus root 5 times minus root 5, which is minus. Remember, always do your sign first. Plus times a minus is a minus. Root 5 times root 5 is root 25, because 5 times 5 is 25. Now, if we want to simplify down the bottom, if you add square root 2 and subtract square root 2, they will end up cancelling each other out. Nothing will be left, because if you give 2 and take away 2, the result is that there's nothing. Now here, we can also think that square root of 25 is one of our square numbers if we go back and have a look at our list. Now, square root of 25 is 5, so I can change here square root of 25 for 5. On the last line, I can say 4 minus 5 is minus 1. What we're going to do is split this up and put the -1 as the denominator on both. So we have 6 divided by -1 and -3 square root 5 divided by -1. Plus divided by minus is a minus, and 6 divided by 1 is 6. Minus divided by minus is a plus, and 3 divided by 1 is 3. So my final answer is -6 plus 3 square root 5. We're going to look at question 3, which is again rationalize the denominator, but this is quite complicated because we've got surds, we've got square roots in the top and the bottom of the fraction. So let's have a look. So what we need to do is follow the same process as before. So we need to multiply the fraction by the bottom, but just with the sign change. So here is a minus, I'm going to put a plus. So on the next line, I've got lots of brackets to multiply out here. I've got to multiply 1 plus square root 7 by 2 plus square root 3 divided by 2 minus square root 3 times 2 plus square root 3. And remember, in the end, I can have no square roots on the bottom line. So let's start multiplying out. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 square root 3 is square root 3. Square root 7 times 2 is 2 square root 7. And finally, square root 7 times square root 3, remember roots times roots, is square root of 21. So now we've got the top all worked out. Let's have a look at the bottom. So on the bottom, we're going to have 2 times 2, which is 4. Then we're going to have 2 times square root 3, which is plus 2 root 3. Then we're going to have minus square root 3 times plus 2, so minus 2 root 3. And lastly, we're going to have minus square root 3 times plus square root 3, which will be minus square root of 9. When we look at the bottom, the first thing we should notice is plus 2 square root 3 minus 2 square root 3, that will leave me with nothing. They would add together, plus 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 square root 3, it's just 0. So they will cancel out. And square root of 9 is one of our square numbers. If we go back to our list, the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 squared is 9. So we can change square root of 9 to 3. So let's have a look and simplify this. On the bottom, what we're left with is 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So if you have 1 on the denominator, like 7 over 1, 10 over 1, that leaves everything unchanged. So our final answer here is going to be 2 plus square root 3 plus square root 7 plus square root 21. None of these can be broken down any further, and we can add together the square roots 3 to 7 because they're not like terms. So this is our final answer. You got all the way through surds. The next series we're going to be doing next week is going to be all about completing the square, factorizing, the discriminant, real roots, b squared minus 4ac, all of that good stuff. So please give us a like. You should now go and finish all of your ebook. You can do every single question on surds that was ever asked, and then catch us up in the next series next week. Good luck. Bye for now. The team at Maths with Sophie have made a free ebook to go with this video series. We've broken the topic down into small, manageable sections. Each section has a video tutorial that you're already watching, interactive questions, and model solutions from exam questions. To claim your free ebook, you don't need to download anything, you don't need to sign up for anything. You simply click the link below and it will open in the web browser of your phone, tablet, or computer. If you enjoy using our free ebooks, make sure you check out our website because we have other ebooks on different topics.